All right, this is 420 group study. You can see we've got some some good gappage going on there. Cable on the floor. The system's obviously not working because the control cable is hanging out the bottom, so that's not doing anything. We've got other stuff over here, which isn't doing anything. You got this whole cluster of stuff underneath the table, which isn't connected to anything at all. This is just a whole bunch of nothingness. So I'm gonna try and clean this stuff up. Keep these wires from all just dangling out from underneath here. Get this back where it's supposed to be. Make it so when you turn the power on button, it actually powers on. And that'll be about it. Yeah, the main thing is to clean up a lot of this unused gear. Get a bunch of this stuff out of here so it's not such a complete mess. Okay, so what we've done here is this was one of these DTP units that was supposed to take the HDMI from the monitor, and then that was supposed to send it underneath the desk to the DTP that's right there, which obviously that wasn't working out too great. So I took the DTP out. The monitor is now connected directly, and that's looking a lot better, although with the double video it's a little harder to tell. But now I'm just going to take out anything that doesn't need to be here, put that cover back on. I'm gonna attach a cable hanger over here, and that should be a good start toward making this at least a slightly more usable room. That monitor's in pretty beat shape, as you can see. There's a little bit of a bite out of it there, but it's still better than it not working at all. Okay, and I'm back to our stock room. So these are cable ties for holding like bundles of cables attached to a wall or whatever. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these, and then when I cut these, I put like a little angle on both sides of this, and then this is gonna be the cable holder. So these have enough flexibility where they can deal with cables being pulled off and things like that. They won't snap, and once I cut the edges of them on a double angle, it won't be sharp enough to injure anybody. So no matter what you do, this will be a safe and effective way to retain the cables. Okay, so I've got these wall hangers. This is where the screw is going to go through. So I'm just going to cut it straight off for starts. I've got that squared off edge. Object of the game is not to end up with any real harsh points anymore. So you can see that it looks halfway decent right there. And then what I'm going to do is just screw it in the wall. Take my screw, put it through the stone. Just going to attach this just so it doesn't dangle any more than it needs to. There. That is that. Yeah, so what I want to do next is get most of this crazy cluster out of here, because there's a lot of things that just absolutely do not need to be here. Actually, none of this needs to be here, because if somebody needs to, they can always plug in down here. So we'll leave them an outlet strip here, but the outlet strip doesn't even need to be up top. It can be down here on the floor. I don't know what kind of wild animals use duct tape, but whatever they are, I wish they'd go back to the forest and not ever touch anything ever again. What a cluster. Okay, we're getting there, trimming it down. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the underside of the desk cleaned up quite a bit. Nothing I can do about that box. That's part of the table. But this is all the junk that I took out. Interestingly enough, this box here that I took out of the wall, there's supposed to be another one of these over here that's connected underneath, and that's the receiver for this. So normally, that HDMI cable that you're seeing there would normally go inside that wall, down to that box there, that square hole opening, and it would go into this box, and then this box would change the HDMI signal into Ethernet, and that Ethernet makes a circuitous route underneath the floor somewhere, comes out of here, and then it was going up here to a receiving unit of one of these boxes, and then that would in turn send HDMI up through the table, and then you've got outlets in here. That's why the cords are still plugged in down here, because this is still presumably the need for AC is still here. But we don't need any of this junk anymore, and the other end of that device was not here anyway, so this table never would have worked again anyhow. All right, now I'm just gonna clean this mess up. Okay, so now we'll take a look at the Groove 420 room, and this is a bit better. Got a wall hanger there. The controller works again. There isn't a whole bunch of extraneous garbage underneath the desk. And our work is done here.